Hello, we are so glad to have you in our CS203. Today I'm going to show you how to start an assignment in CS203. The very first thing that you have to do is to go to our website and find the corresponding link to the assignment that you are going to work on this time, and then click it. You will be brought into the GitHub classroom and click Accept the assignment. Then a GitHub repo will be created for you that includes the content that you need to work on for this assignment and this lab. After the repo is created, you can navigate it through this repo and you will find a README document that tells you how to set up the environment, and also it contains all the content that you need to know for this assignment. In the README file, there is a link to our data hub, and click the link, use your UC San Diego account to log in. After you log in, launch the class container for CSE142, and you will see an interface that includes a lot of good tools. For example, you can launch VS Code or a terminal here. And for the first time, you should use the terminal to get your keys set up for GitHub access. And the instruction is exactly in our README document in your GitHub repo. So just follow the steps in a terminal and then use the instructions that we give in the README, which will create the public key that you will be later using for your GitHub access. Once you have that public key available, go to your GitHub account. And in your account settings, you should be able to find a section where allow you to add your SSH keys inside your GitHub account. Once you have added your public key into your GitHub account, you should be able to clone the GitHub repo. And to clone your GitHub repo, make sure that you are selecting the SSH method as your GitHub clone, git clone method. And then again, go to your terminal and type git clone of your address, and then you will see the folder of your assignment here. And click into this folder, you will find assignment notebook file. Click on it, you will see the Jupyter Notebook that allow you to work on your assignment. And don't forget to click on the very first cell of each assignment. Without that, a lot of functions won't work. And then going through the document carefully, because every detail is important in this document. In each of the code cell, you can press Shift and Return or Enter to execute it, and some of them will generate the code result. To give us an answer, just double-click the cells, allow you to put your answers, and edit the cell carefully to put the right answer in. And once you are done, don't forget to press Shift Return or Shift Enter again to see if the result is rendered correctly. In addition to Markdown syntax, Jupyter Notebook also supports LaTeX syntax if you need to type equations or formulas. And to start with that, it's relatively easy. Again, in each of the Markdown cell, just make sure that your syntax, LaTeX syntax, start with a single line, and you put a $$ before your LaTeX syntax. And don't forget, at the end, all you need to do is to put another pair of $, and that would allow the LaTeX syntax to be understood by the Jupyter Notebook framework. And after you are, and make sure that you go through everything, because there is a serial nature in Jupyter Notebook. So if you try to do things out of order, it won't work. However, so if you find errors, make sure that you finish all the cells before the error cell, and then your Jupyter Notebook should function correctly as you wish. And in each of the homework, we do have the program assignment, and the program assignment has a lot of things that a lot of instructions for you to follow. And if you really want to edit the code, we also provide a VS Code interface that you can launch from the Jupyter Hub interface. And then in this in this VS Code interface, you are able to edit your code like what you can do in VS Code locally. And you can also enjoy the feature of automatic GitHub GitHub extension as the local version of the VS Code. Once you're done with the notebook, don't forget to save the notebook and follow the latest part of your lab assignment to prepare a submission for your assignment. Once you follow the instruction from the last part of your assignment, you are ready to turn in your assignment from the Grayscope. But before that, make sure that you already have your GitHub repo up to date. And when you submit, just click the GitHub on the Grayscope interface and select the repo that contains your code and the right branch that contains your current most up-to-date work. And once you upload it, the GitHub server will, the Grayscope server will run your code and run an auto grader. And remember, it's a different machine from our cluster, and the auto grader has different test data. So if you see the output has errors, make sure that, and if you don't score 100, it's definitely a good idea to review your code, review the output, review the error message. Hopefully this video will help you have an enjoyable quarter. I will see you in class.